Today I'd really love to speak to everybody about lightening the hair and what's actually involved with taking the pigment out and getting to where you'd like to be. A lot of people have probably seen the memes, and I'll get the beautiful Tanya to put them in this video, of, you know, first you must be here if you want to be. You want to lighten the hair with a bit of integrity, unless you'd like to walk out with inch-long sort of pixie cut that's white, that's fine, especially if you're going from, you know, your box dyes and also from being dark, basically. If you've got no colour in your hair at all and it's virgin hair, then that's perfect, no dramas, you can pretty much get exactly what you want first go. But for the 99% of the population that has experimented with colour, it is a little bit harder. So basically what we've got here, hair colours range on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being black, 10 being the lightest you can go. And so everything under here has an underlying pigment. So when you first put the lightener onto the hair, there's 7 stages you've got to get through, basically. So if you're black, your first one here is going to be violet, and it's only just for a second. As you move up 3, 4 and 5, you're going to be red. So a lot of people say to me, oh, my hair throws so much warmth. This is why. Nobody's naturally ash. Even if your hair looks really, really light and quite smoky and sort of mousy ashy, the minute you put lightener on it, it's going to crack through. You're going to have underlying warmth. That's just the way it is. So as we move up here, you're going to go through your red, and then you're going to get to red-orange. You're going to get orange, orange, yellow, yellow, and the lightest we can get to is pale yellow. Sorry, I don't actually have a swatch for that. It's not frequently a colour that's ever asked for ever, so we don't actually have a swatch for that one. So if you're going, you know, you might naturally be an 8 level, which is great. The minute you put lightener on, it's going to go yellow. So for a lot of viewers out there that have had mishaps with bleach at home or lightener, and you say, oh, it started to go orange, I took it off because it was going orange. It's got to go orange before it gets to yellow, the pale yellow, sorry, so before it gets to your really white, sort of creamy blonde. So to counteract these, you look at your colour chart. So every, to get a neutral colour, you have to have all 3 of the primary colours in there. So you've got to have your blue, your red and your yellow. So if your hair is red, you'd want to counteract with a green. So your green's got your blue and your yellow in it. So I'll just show this up here. So basically, anywhere you are on this scale here, the opposite is where you want to go to tone. So if your hair's orange, you've got to tone with your ash, which is blue. But if your hair's yellow and you say, I want it to be really ashy, we actually have to tone with a purple. So if we were just to put blue onto your yellow hair, it doesn't have that little bit of red in it, it's actually going to go green. So mix those two, you know, your ash and your yellow, green it is. So you always need to put that little bit of violet in to counteract your yellow, same as green to counteract your red. Or in the other case, which I was sort of saying before, some people will colour their hair and it goes green when they're trying to go from light to dark. So it works in the opposite way there. So if you haven't put your red or your orange in, depending on what your underlying colour is here, to the depth you want to go. So there is a bit of a science behind it. Obviously professionals watching this video will probably understand a lot more than people that aren't in the industry, but essentially this is what's going to happen. So if you're full of dark pigment and, you know, keep lightening, you have to actually go through this red, the red-orange, the orange, before you get right up here. So sometimes colour correction and getting lighter is a really frustrating process. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 goes, sometimes it takes 7. It really depends on the build-up of the hair and also the condition. Obviously hairdressers don't want to take any condition away. So if somebody in a professional environment says to you, that's it, your hair's had enough, I can't actually take you any lighter today, you need to have some treatments, you need to rebuild the protein in your hair, you've got to listen, you can't just go home and sort of go, oh, I'll just get myself a packet bleach or a packet dye and expect it to go blonde that night, because 9 times out of 10, you're not going to have any hair left when you finish. So it can be frustrating to get lighter, but it is, you know, there's a process, there's steps involved, and this here is exactly why you can't walk in with a box dye black hair and expect to walk out with a nice blonde or white hair. So hope that made some sense.